Hi everyone! Today I'll be showing you how to make this boho yarn wall hanging. So here are the materials that we need. First, we need a 1/2 inch diameter, 35 inch long wooden dowel. Then plenty of these 16mm wooden beads. Then these 25mm wooden beads and 20mm beehive beads. Then we need some 1/2 inch diameter dowel caps to attach to both ends of our towel. We use this to secure and make sure that our yarns won't fall off. We need at least 2 pieces of them for both ends. Then we need some jute string or jute twine, some wood glue, sharp scissors or fabric scissors, a wide tooth comb, a measuring tape, and a small pipe cleaner. And of course, we need our main material, which is this multicolored yarn cake. We will be needing at least 2 cakes. So the first color for our wall hanging is turquoise. Pull out the turquoise yarn and measure it up to 31 inches long. We need some patience here though. Then we fold it and repeat the process till the end of aqua yarn, which is our next color. So after cutting the other end of the folded yarns, it should look like this. Then pull out the other colors to its end to get to sage, which is our next color. Measure it up to 30 inches long. And then fold it till we reach the end of the yarn. You have to fold it again and fold many times. Love watching this time-lapse video though. Now we reach the end and carefully cut them. Again, they will look like this. Next, measure the dark brown yarn up to 25 inches long. And then the same process of folding the yarn till you reach the end. Oops, I made a mistake here. Sorry for that. This camel yarn is supposed to be prior to the dark brown yarn. Measure it up to 27 inches long, and then same process of folding it till reaching the end. Then carefully cut the other ends. Now all our yarns are ready. First we have the turquoise, then the aqua, then the sage, forest green, then olive green, camel, and dark brown. Our color palette is complete. Now pull out a strand of yarn by its loop like this, but while pressing on the other yarns so they won't fall off. Now we'll be doing a basic macrame knot called lark's head knot. We do this by having the two ends meet together to form a loop on the other end. Then have the loop over the dowel. Then pull through the yarn through the loop. And that's the lark's head knot. Make sure to tighten the knot. Repeat the process again until we're done with all the yarns. First, form the loop on the other end, and then pull through the yarn through the loop. And don't forget to tighten. So here's the fun part. I mean, tedious and time-consuming part. Remember, occasionally push the yarns to the center to achieve the fluffy look. Now let's begin making our beaded string. First, put through a piece of beehive bead. Then, put through 10 pieces of 16mm wood beads. Then a piece of beehive bead. Then the biggest bead, which is the 25mm bead. Then another piece of beehive bead. Repeat the process until we make 8 sets of 16mm beads and another 4 sets of 16mm beads. So we will be needing 2 sets of beaded strings. A long one for the lower part and a short one for the upper part. Now that we're done making the beaded strings, let's start squeezing a small amount of wood glue inside the hole of the dowel cap. Then tightly and securely insert or attach the caps on both ends. Then try to spread the other strands of yarns to achieve the asymmetrical look. In doing so, measure the dark brown yarns up to 4 inches wide. Then do the same on the other side. Occasionally tighten the yarns. Then measure the camel yarns up to 3 inches wide. Again, tighten the yarns. Then do the same on the other side. Then measure up to 2 inches wide for the olive yarns. Do the same on the other side. This is how I do it to achieve that symmetrical look. Then measure up to 2 inches wide for the forest green yarns. Tighten it. Then do the same on the other side. Then measure 2 inches wide for the aqua yarns. Actually, before I learned this secret, I tried to eyeball everything to achieve that symmetrical look. Well, it took me a longer time, so I think this is a better idea. What do you think? Now we can just tighten the middle yarns, which are our turquoise yarns. And that's it. And now let's steam the yarns to get that straightened look. Now tie one end of the beaded string around the dowel between the yarn and the dowel cap. Honestly, I'm quite having a hard time how to describe this knot. Here's the close-up look. Actually, in an attempt to try to learn how to secure the beaded string properly, I invented this kind of knotting, so maybe that's why I really don't have the proper words on how to call it or how to describe it. Yeah, and I always try to secure the end of the string too after knotting it to the dowel. So I make sure I do that at the end and pull it up. Then do the same on the other end. So maybe you have some better ideas on how to do this properly but securely. Please let me know in the comments. I always try to pull it up a little tighter to make sure it's secure and tight. Then repeat the same process of tying the knot on the other end of the dowel. And then tie the short beaded string between the colors jade and the dark green yarns. I honestly don't know if I described the colors right. Feel free to correct me. I'm willing to be corrected. I think that's how we improve. Then repeat the same kind of knotting on the other side. Trust me, all this knotting will be worth it at the end. We're confident that our beaded strings are secure and tight. And repeat the same kind of knotting on the other side. Now let's proceed to my favorite part, which is trimming the yarns. So slowly trim the yarns by following the line of the beads. This is a hand-eye coordination, so it's very important to be very focused and do it slowly and carefully. I think you just have to relax, because if there's some excess yarns, you can just gently comb it and trim. I think the key is to relax. I'm quite an OCD here. Then do the same on the lower part. Slowly, very carefully trim it. You don't want to make the mistake of cutting the yarns very short, or else the shape of our wall hanging will be affected. So this is like the real time of my reels on my Instagram. Repeat the same trimming on the other side. Hang in there, we're almost done. Very soon we'll be able to see the fruit of our hard work and all this patience. Yeah, it requires lots of patience for this kind. Yay, we made it! Sometimes it's that very little excess. You can just use the tip of our finger and it's fixed. Now here's the final look of our earth tones boho yarn wall hanging. Love all these colors. Look at those blues, greens, and browns. It's very comforting and relaxing. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye!